So this is the examples on factorising. The first, you need to figure out which type is which. Okay, so the first one, you should recognise that there's no minus sign in the middle, and it's definitely not quadratic, so it's going to be taking out what's common. Find out what number divides into both 21 and into 35. You can see that 7 divides into both. Then you can see what letters you can take out common. Straight away you can see there's an x common in both, and you can also see that there's a y squared common in both as well. So you times 7xy squared by what would give me 21xy squared. So you'll see it's times by 3. Then you've got 7xy squared by what would give me plus 35x cubed y squared. So first of all, starting with the 7 by 5 gives me 35. X by x squared gives me x cubed, and then the y squared is already there. So we can close our brackets and the question is done. The second time rarely comes up for leaving cert higher level, but just so we know it anyway, it's called grouping terms. Straight away we can't do anything, so we need to swap two of them around. Now I'm just going to swap these two around, and then you can see that it makes it minus 2my and then plus 24by, and then we have the minus 12bx in the end as well. So then what we need to do is take out what's common in the first two. Taking out what's common in the first two, you take out your m, and you're left with x minus 2y. Close my brackets. And now for the next two, I'm just going to take out a minus 12b, and you'll see why I took out the minus in a second. It's because minus 12b by minus 2y is 24by, and then minus 12b by plus x is minus 12bx. So then you can see both of these sets of brackets are the same, even though the order's just in the other way. And then you take out what's common at the end, so it's going to be x minus 2y, and you're left with m minus 12b. So that's the second type. That's called grouping terms. Moving on to the third type, part C. You should be able to recognize these numbers straight away. You can see that they're square numbers, so it's going to be 7x all squared, and then minus 15 squared. And then the last step for these questions is always, it's going to be 7x minus 15 by 7x plus 15. Now the order of this here doesn't matter. If you write the 7x plus 15 first and the 7x minus 15, that's okay as well. Moving on to part D. This one is a quadratic. So first thing we need to find is the factors of the 3x squared. Quite easy this time, it's just 3x and x. And then we need to find the factors on the other side that are going to work. Okay, we can see the factors of 20 are 1 by 20, 2 by 10, and 4 by 5. So we have to figure out which one's going to work here. You can try it out. You can see that 1 and 20 don't work, 2 and 10 don't work, and 4 and 5 do work, okay? But they have to be in a specific order. So we're just going to try the correct order here. We've got 4 and 5. So it's going to be 3x by 5x is 15x. Then we have x by 4 is 4x. And then we try to find, is there any way using minuses and pluses we can get the plus 11x out of that? In order to get the plus 11x, we need 2 plus the 15 and minus the 4. So it's going to be minus 4 and plus 15. And then when we're writing them in brackets at the end, we write them straight across. So it's going to be 3x minus 4 and x plus 5. Now people have lots of different methods to complete that one, so if you like to just skip from here directly to your brackets, that's okay as well. The last one, okay, first of all we need to figure out the factors of each of them. So we have 1 by 8 or 2 by 4 here, and then we've 1 by 9 or 3 by 3 here. Okay, eventually when you try a number of different ones, you'll see that the one that works is 2x and 4x, and then 3 and 3 over here. Now since it's a 3 and 3 over here, it doesn't matter if you write it as 2x and 4x or 4x and 2x. Okay, so you can see that 2x by 3 is 6x. You can see that 4x by 3 is 12x. And then you're trying to make minus 18x out of that. So that's our number in the middle. In order to make minus 18x, it's minus 6 and minus 12. Okay, so both of these have to be a minus. And then checking that our signs are correct, you can see minus 3 by minus 3 is in fact plus 9. And then when we're writing them at the end, we must write them straight across. So it's 2x minus 3 and 4x minus 3. And that's the question done. So there are all your different types of factorising. The hardest part is to figure out which type is which. The easiest way to make out the quadratic ones is there's going to be an x squared x and a number, so there's going to be 3 terms in it. The other one over here, make sure you recognise the difference of 2 squares, and then the common terms is the other type. This one here, which is called grouping terms, you will rarely see it leaving cert higher level, but you may occasionally.